Good morning, fourth grade mathematicians. It's me, Miss Hughes, back again. Just can't help myself. Today, we are going to continue what we've been working on this week, converting customary units of measurement. Yesterday, our focus was on length. And today, our focus is going to be on the customary units of weight. Again, customary units of measurement are units of measurement we use in the United States. We use ounces, pounds, and tons to measure how much things weigh. When babies are born, you will oftentimes hear the baby was 6 pounds, 4 ounces. So we use these three units in order to measure the weight of things. Ounces would be used to measure things that are lighter, less than a pound. Tons would be used to measure things that are much heavier, like cars, vans, elephants, things like that. Okay, so that's the vocabulary you need to know. I've created our little cheat sheet here, so we know that 1 pound, and pound is abbreviated LB. Okay. 1 pound equals 16 ounces, and then 1 ton is equivalent to 2,000 pounds. So we don't have much conversions going on here. We don't have much in our conversion chart, but our rule that we used yesterday still applies. So lilies smell magnificent. If you're moving from a larger unit of measurement to a smaller unit, you're going to multiply. And some ladies dance. If you're moving from a smaller unit of measurement to a larger unit, you're going to divide. Okay, so let's get started. So first we're going to convert measurements for measurements that are in tables. Remember the relationship between what is on the left-hand side, or the X component. There's a relationship between what is on the left-hand side and what is on the right-hand side, or the Y component, okay? And that will come in handy more in 5th grade and middle school, understanding tables like this. So you can see here that we are converting between pounds and ounces. So we know that 1 pound is equivalent to 16 ounces. So if we have 2 pounds, we're going to have 32 ounces. So what is the relationship? Are we moving from a larger unit to a smaller unit, or from a smaller unit to a larger unit? Are pounds larger than or smaller than ounces? Pounds are larger than. So we're moving from a larger unit to a smaller unit. So we're going to multiply, okay? So you can see here in our chart, we have our relationships all the way down. 2 pounds is 32 ounces, 4 pounds, 64 ounces, 6 pounds is 96 ounces, 8 pounds, we don't know. So we have to solve for 8. So we're going to take our pounds, we're going to multiply it by something to equal our ounces. All right? So we have 8 pounds multiplied by something equals our ounces. So this is when we use our conversion chart, or our little cheat sheet, okay? So we know that we have 8 pounds, and 1 pound is equivalent to 16 ounces. So that is what we're going to multiply by, 16. 8 pounds times 16 equals our ounces. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to multiply 8 times 16. I don't want to do these types of things in my head. So H equals 128 ounces. You see how we did that? Okay. Probably should have reminded you at the beginning of this video that you're going to need some scrap paper. It was in the directions, but if you haven't grabbed some scrap paper or your journal, do that now, because you're going to work through the rest of us with us, okay? Work through the rest of them with us. All right, let's keep moving to our next problem. Okay. So you should have your scrap paper, pencil, whatever you need to work through this with us. So now in our chart, we are trying to determine the relationship between ounces and pounds, okay? So we're moving from ounces to pounds. Well, are we moving from a larger unit to a smaller unit, or a smaller unit to a larger unit? Are ounces larger than or smaller than pounds? Ounces are smaller. So our operation is going to be to divide. So we have our ounces. We're going to divide them by something to equal our pounds. Okay? So you can see in our chart, 16 ounces is equivalent to 1 pound. So there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So we did 16 divided by 16 equals 1. 80 ounces is equivalent to 5 pounds. 112 ounces is equivalent to 7 pounds. And 144 ounces, that's what we have to determine. Okay? So we have our 144 ounces. We already know our operation. We don't know what we're going to divide by yet, but this will give us our pounds. So if we go to our conversion chart or our little cheat sheet and we see, well, what is the relationship between pounds and ounces? We know that 1 pound is equivalent to 16 ounces. Well, that's what we're going to divide by. So we have 144 ounces divided by 16, and that's going to give us our pounds. So I'm going to come over here because there is no way I am doing that in my head. So if I do my partial quotients, okay, so I'm thinking about 16. I know that 16 is, if I multiply it by 10, that's going to give me 160. Well, that's too much. So let me determine what is 16 times 8. Let's just try 8. 16 times 8, that's 48. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 128. Well, I'll use 8 to begin with. 128. Okay? So for 6, that's 1. Oh, we have 16 left over. We can do that one more time. So 144 ounces divided by 16 equals 9 pounds. So B equals 9 pounds. Okay? A lot of math over here, but you've learned all of this before, so you're just taking that, put it in your mathematical suitcase, and bringing it on with you to this week's lesson. All right? Let's try one more together. We have a math notebook over here. Okay? So we have our little reminders here. So in this one, we are moving from tons to pounds, okay? So are we moving from a larger unit to a smaller unit or a smaller unit to a larger unit? Well, tons is much larger than pounds. So we're moving from a larger unit to a smaller unit, so we're going to multiply. We have our tons. We're going to multiply by something to equal our pounds, okay? We don't know what yet. So in our chart, we can see that 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds, 3 tons is equal to 6,000 pounds, 6 tons is equal to 12,000 pounds. We don't know what 9 tons is equal to. So 9 tons times something is going to give us our pounds, okay? Well, if we look at our conversion chart, we know that 1 ton is equivalent to 2,000 pounds. So that's what we're going to multiply by, 2,000. So 9 tons times 2,000 equals our pounds. Well, here we're going to apply our powers of 10 properties, okay? We know that 9 times 2 is 18, so 9 times 2,000 is 18,000 pounds, okay? So X equals 18,000 pounds. And you have to write your variable X with like that little curse. It looks like kind of fancy X. I call it fancy X because you don't want to get it confused with like your multiplication sign X. Do you understand? Okay. So now it's time to work some things out outside of a chart. Okay. So we have 4 pounds. And we're going to have to determine how many ounces are in 4 pounds. So what is the relationship? 4 pounds. Are we moving from pounds to ounces? So larger to smaller. larger to smaller is multiply. So I'm going to multiply. So 4 pounds times something is going to equal my ounces. Well, my relationship is 16. There are 16 ounces in a pound, so that's what I'm going to multiply by. 4 pounds times 16 equals, well, what's 4 times 16? Check your work. Okay, I'm going to push the paper up, and there are 3 problems that I want you to work on, and I want you to solve them on your own. And while you are solving, I am going to kind of come in and work them out so you can check your answers. So go ahead and get started. So in this one, you're moving from tons to pounds. That's a larger unit to a smaller unit. You're going to multiply. So you should have set that up. 3 tons times something equals pounds. Probably need to see this to solve, so I'll put it right here. So the tons to pounds, you're going to multiply by 2,000. I'll let you check that for just a minute. Now you can see it, so that's going to work. So on number 3, you're moving from a smaller unit to a larger unit. Ounces are smaller than pounds, so you're going to divide. Okay, so you have 112 ounces. You're going to divide by something to equal your pounds. 112 ounces divided by 16 equals, so 112 divided by 16. Well, if I do 10, that's 160. That's way too much. Let me try 5. 16 times 5 is 80. Then I have 32. So it's 7 pounds. Okay, should be your answer. And then the last one, you have 26,000 pounds. And you're going from pounds to tons. So that's smaller to larger. So you're going to divide. The relationship is 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. You're going to divide by something, right? Messed it up almost, to equal your tons. So 26,000 pounds divided by 2,000 equals 13 tons. Okay, that should be your answer. Today you have more MobyMax lessons, so please make sure you log on, walk through those carefully, and complete each part of those lessons. There's some challenge problems on there too, so just do your absolute best. Make sure that you show your work on a scrap sheet of paper or in your math notebook. And if you have any questions, please email Mrs. Simpson or I and let us know. Hope you guys have a great day.